T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm reviewing Magic Square Brobdingnag MS-B18 Light of Justice, who is basically a small Optimus Prime. This box isn't as big as it looks. Here is a Studio Series Deluxe Class box, so it's slightly longer than a Studio Series Deluxe Class box. Here's this stuff right here. His face is covered. I don't know, they suck at packaging some of their figures. Like, you would want to show the face. Schematics. This up here. And this down here. I don't know if this barcode would be useful for anything since it's not a retail toy. To give you the full experience, it opens up at the top. There are 2 trays inside. This tray has Optimus right here, or Light of Justice. I had to remember because the big one is Light of Freedom. The instructions, collector's card right there, and a bunch of accessories are in the baggie over here. This is just Roller and the trailer. The trailer is slightly darker than what I'm used to as far as a Optimus Prime style trailer. I mean, maybe it's because the trailers that I'm used to are painted. The THS Convoy is fully painted, and Masterpiece Optimus Prime is fully painted. It would be like this color, but they cheaped out and they went with a dark gray. Here's showing you better than I can tell you. This is what I'm used to when it comes to Optimus Prime trailers. And as you can see, significantly darker. Whether this is this color underneath, I don't know. I don't need to know because it's painted. But I can tell it's not because that's a lighter gray right there. So, yeah, that's a little bit odd, but let me stop nitpicking on it. The tires are plastic, just in case you were wondering about that. Here is Roller. They decided to make him silver. These can come out this way and that way. And with this toy, Spudger will be your friend with this toy. A lot of things are hard to grab. They essentially, now there's no big version of this yet, I don't believe, but they essentially took the big Optimus and made him smaller. So it's crazy that they could do that. And to get this out, I had to push it right there. There's no like spring mechanism. But yeah, the parts might be a little bit too small. Here's what you're working with inside of this trailer. This guy opens up. Can it rotate? Yeah, it's a ball joint. So yeah, it can rotate. This can maneuver around. This doesn't clamp or anything. There's no functionality there. This bends that way and becomes a little satellite. There's pointy needles right there instead of missiles. And this can't open up. There's no functionality right there. It's all hollow, unfortunately. The THS Convoy could function, and maybe one day I will review that, but I'm not going to drive myself crazy because this is already going to be a long video. But yeah, push this down. These seem to go up. They don't stay sturdy, especially if you like push on it. And here is Roller right there. Let me transform Bumblebee or somebody. Here is New Age Flipper, aka Bumblebee, right on there. That's what you're working with here. Come on, light settings. Here is a Legends Class Autobot. It is too big. And here is G1 Bumblebee. He is too wide. That's when I said it's too big. too wide. But this Bumblebee is just right. I would imagine Prowl and Jazz from New Age would be good, and freaking Iron Factory, I do not feel like transforming all of them. But anyway, let me shut this. And just to show you that, bam, he is capable of fitting in there. Let's see. Almost. And let's try this G1. I can get the G1 Bumblebee in there if you'd want to do that for some crazy reason. But now let's roll up in there. And there's no need to show this off anymore. It only took me 6 minutes of this freaking video to show you inside that little baggie, the card, with some tech specs right here. Let me zoom in on that a little bit. Oh, there you are. Now, I don't have their huffer, but they show you that this little piece right here can connect to their huffer, and so he can carry the trailer. Optimus's rifle can peg right here into roller, and it can peg right here, and that's probably why this peg is so long. But you know what? No. I see. Never mind. This is his gun holding hand. I didn't realize he was gonna have separate gun holding hands, because that was one of my complaints. He comes with these hands right here, which the gun can go in, but it stops like halfway through, so the peg is so long. So I guess we just wiggle these off. So it's sort of like the original G1 Optimus. But here he is with that. He doesn't have the smokestacks on, first thing. You have options. You have this shorter one that's kind of slanted, and you have the long ones. I think I like the ones that are short with the slant. Now, they don't show you how these go in, so I'm pretty much guessing. I don't know whether this one should be on that side or... Well, let me just tell you, it doesn't matter. They do not stay in there. So what I would suggest is, once you figure out which smokestacks you want, glue them. Just glue it and get it done. Get it over with. Because these things will consistently keep falling out. Do you like that better? I think I like that better with them closer to the front. But anywho, this thing looks beautiful. Looks just like the cartoon. Looks just like the bigger Masterpiece scale one. And I really friggin' appreciate that. Unfortunately, it holds some things in common with the bigger one. Before I get into all that, let's just keep going on with these accessories. You see the hands can come off. And like I said, these smokestacks just keep falling out. So I'm probably going to figure out which one I want and glue it. He comes with the Energon axe. Wow, that just floops right in. He has several different hands. He has this pointing finger right there. He has this open hand. I guess this is for opening his chest. Yeah, he would grab his chest like that with that. Does he have two of these? He actually only has one of these hands, so yeah, I don't know what the heck he's supposed to do with this hand if he only has one. He has another gun holding hand if you want him to be left-handed. He actually has two pointing fingers. Did I get gypped? Was because I have this gray hand. I'm guessing that's for Ultra Magnus to try to open the Matrix, but I only have one of each. What the heck? But to start showing him off, here's a close-up on the face. The eyes are actually light piped. It's a dark blue piece of transparent plastic, well, translucent. Let's see. There we go, right there. Well, that's what you're working with right there. These antennae are fragile feeling, so I am definitely afraid of that. And there is no extra head in there. I don't know if there was supposed to be. And just to talk about it, the plastic, I do not like Magic Square plastic. I don't know what it is. The plastic feels 3D printed. I don't know. It just feels cheap. It doesn't feel cheap. It's just the consistency I don't like. And his joints, much like the bigger version of this guy, feel loose in certain areas. It's only tight in one scary area that I'll talk about when we get to transformation. And I switched smokestacks since the other one doesn't want to stay in. This is going to be frustrating for this whole review since they keep falling out. But to give you a definite close-up, this is what you're working with. His feet actually has that long heel square right there. Basically the same type of articulation. There's a hinge so I can look down and hinge so I can look up. But since this head just is on a peg, you can bring that up so you can look up higher and look down lower if you need. There's no like wiggle, and of course it can rotate because it's on a peg. The arms, they do this, but in order to articulate them, you need to pull them away from the body, which will give you that much outward range that way. But of course you could turn the arm and it would do this stuff like that. Bicep swivel, single, it's a double jointed elbow. Since this hand is on a peg, it does rotate and it can do this. One thing that was annoying, like this opens up way looser than I would like. He has a 360 waist, and since this is on a weird hinge, you get all types of ab crunch that looks awkward, just like the bigger version. Legs can go out to the side if you lift these panels out all the way. Thigh rotation, can kick back until it bumps, can kick forward depending on how far up you have this panel. Can kick forward all the way, but it lifts when you have this crotch plate lifted up. It lifts up this joint right here. That joint can't stay flush, so it's gonna look like this and look weird. I hate crotch skirts that aren't segmented. They couldn't do that for this one, I guess, because it's too small. But with the ab crunch, it does make it look like it does. It makes it not look so bad. I said the same thing for the bigger one. He has double jointed knees. That has that weird molding right there. Ankle pivot. Oh, the whole thing is turning. I thought it was just a toe. The toe can come. The foot can rock forward, but the toe can move independent on two hinges, so I can go up higher if you like. So he is nuts, crazy posable. Like, I can't believe they shrunk down the big one. Anywho, this chest opens up. There's nothing there because the matrix is right here on a little stick right there. I have not put this inside of his body yet, but it looks like you just slide that there. So you put it there and then shut this back. And there you are with that. Before I forget size comparisons, let's do that. Before comparisons, I just messaged Parts Former to see what these hands are about. And these are hand-shaped hands. One is for Magnus, one is for him, and that's what they're for. I thought they were to hold his chest open, which would have been cool. Why would they just... yeah. I don't think I'm getting that Magnus anyway, so that will never be used. Alright, this is perfect scale to me. Here's Bumblebee. This Optimus isn't even supposed to be for these New Age figures, but I think their figures are too big. Like, here's Jazz. This is Iron Factory's Jazz, which the Magic Square figures are this size. But to some people, this is right. This is how tall Jazz is supposed to be next to Optimus Prime. But I always feel like the cars are supposed to be way smaller than that. And people like Inferno and Ironhide should be this freaking tall. But there you are with that. And here is Iron Factory. I keep bringing out comparisons and then forgetting to show them. Here's Iron Factory's freaking Jetfire, who should be taller. The same way these guys come up to Optimus Prime's waistline, Jetfire, Optimus is supposed to come to Jetfire's waistline. And just in case, if you don't have any of these figures, here's a deluxe Last Siege figure. So you should be able to gauge how tall that Optimus is if you are interested at all in collecting. Overall, Optimus in robot mode, I like him. I like his posability. I don't like crotch skirts, but I showed you that you can compensate. Some of the pieces are difficult to move, and some of the pieces are scary. And there are a few things that are lighter than I would like it to be, but overall, this is excellent. This is literally a tiny, tiny masterpiece, literally. It just could use some paint to take it to the next level. But it does look good and represents what it's supposed to represent. Now, transformation. I should be able to transform this with this gun holding hand. Let's carefully wiggle that out, because that hand is no bigger than this one. But I'm gonna bring this out, flip the hand in, bring that out, flip the hand in, go ahead and open this, put the arm or hand in, bring that down, bring this and put everything into this orientation like that. For now, get them out of the way. Same thing over here. Open that panel up, do that, flop that down, bring everything up here like that for now. Open this, elongate that. Let's go ahead and rotate this around now so that doesn't become a problem. Then we could kind of bring this down like this on both sides. Bring this out. This piece right here feels scary, but what's different is this can hinge forward, so you can grab this, and this is probably why you have to take the matrix out and flip it this way. And now we can flip it out like that, which is different from the bigger one. Back here, you can take this out, separate that, push this piece outward like that, turn the head around. These antennae are scary thin. They scare the crap out of me. We want to turn this panel. This panel is massively tight. Get that into that orientation. Make sure the head or the antenna are kind of as close inward as possible. Shut. When you get this flat, shut that. Try to make sure you're not smashing those antennae. Now we can do this. Make sure that this is out. Well, that will have to be out because of the head placement. But now we can rotate this way while turning this way while turning this up. And now we can take this front bumper and pin it onto these little flaps to keep that in place. I guess we can shut the door. Bring the arms back G1 style. And yes, the smokestack fell off yet again. I'm not going to put it on there till the end. But basically, the upper body is done. legs transform exactly like the bigger one. We need to get the foot out the way so we can pull this panel up and then lift that apart from there. Now we can kind of move that way so we can pull the wheels out and rotate. And when you get to this point, you want to grab this, and now we can take the foot, do that, shove this into that orientation. Make sure this is pulled out, and we can bring the leg down. Then we can turn this way, put that in there, and put that like that. Same thing over here. Pull that panel, do this to get that out of the way, get this up, slide this out, rotate it around, bring this out, bring that out. Oh man, the fan is on, and it blew some little flies in here. They're driving me nuts. Shut this up that way, shut the toe that way, and bring the legs down while this stuff is still out. Flip this in, flip that in, and shut that. This we could have probably did earlier, but basically we need to peg this into a slot in the crotch. Get that in there, shove it. Now we need to try desperately to pull this wheel well over this little flap right there. Shut the legs together. Same thing over here. Make sure that's right. And now we can try to put these two thin pieces of plastic together, and this is why I said spudger, so we can hold this into place or put something right here while we attempt to shove that into place. Oh man, I'm stuck at the frickin' finish line. There we go. This came out of whack. Yay. Yeah, get that into place. And now you have a frickin' truck with no smokestacks, looking weird as hell. I can't wait till this review is over so I can glue one of these smokestacks on, preferably the other ones. Oh, I got two different smokestacks, yay. But here you are. Since I have no clue where my THS convoy is, I'm gonna show you a picture right here of what that thing looks like in vehicle mode. Isn't it a mess? So it's a miracle that they were able to pull this off at this scale. That THS convoy though is even smaller than this, if I'm not mistaken, because he is the size of a Legends class figure. And as you can see, this is taller than a Legends class figure, which was Iron Factory. But here it is next to this Bumblebee, G1 Bumblebee. And I guess I gotta transform him. There is Bumblebee. He is possibly too big, but whatever. You're welcome. I transformed Jazz. Did not feel like transforming Jazz. It took way more effort than I wanted it to. And let's just see what's cool. Yeah, Jazz's wheels are too wide to go in there. I wonder what Prowl worth. Prowl would probably work. But now they showed, I guess there's a little divot notch right there. They show you don't even need to add nothing else to it. So, yeah, there is no real connector. This is not connected at all. It's just a little notch that allows you to pull this thing. So, yeah. That's cool, I guess, is more of a suggestion. But I guess that's a cool thing so they wouldn't have to ruin the sculpt. But there you are. I'll need to add some repo labels, toy hacks. Those are stickers that look like Autobot stickers. I have to decide on whether I want to put it on a trailer. I'm not actually sure if I want to do that. But Optimus definitely needs one for his arm. He looks completely naked without it. He's the freaking leader of the Autobots. Oh yeah, there's no notches up here so that that little drone thing can come out the front or hang out at the top. So that's weird. I didn't expect it to not have that. So you can see what this looks like since I didn't show it. I had this out at the same time. But yeah. This is a cool figure set. Really like it. Completely has replaced my THS Convoy. That thing was good while it lasted. It always had a sucky truck mode, but this could permanently be a desk bot if I don't have some type of Legends display. And now that I have Optimus, I don't know, I'm starting to think like, what are you doing? Why are you collecting these little things? You already got Masterpiece. You have multiple Chug versions of Optimus Prime and all the Autobots. Are you going to start a whole new collection? I need to get Megatron, some representation of Soundwave and Starscream, and call it a day. And maybe there are a couple of other Autobots I would like to feel happy, like I said, Ironhide and Wheeljack. That would be a perfect core team with these Autobots that I have already. And I do have Cosmos and the gold version of that guy. Anywho, I hope y'all enjoyed watching this. I can recommend this, especially for under $50 like I got it. So, a Masterpiece figure for under $50. I know it's little, but yeah. Anywho, thank y'all for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click